communication intervention. So communication again is another area where these children are lagging behind, because communication is nothing but meaningful symbolic representation. Sound symbols represents uh, with some meaning. Like when I say water, water is related to one particular uh, sub, substance, that is in other languages, like for water in Hindi it is pani, in Bengali it is jal, in Tamil it is tannir, in Malayalam it is vellam. So different sounds. So sound symbols represents meaningfully. That is what speech. For children with intellectual disabilities, they find it very, very difficult to connect these sound symbols with the objects or matter it represents. The most difficult thing is particularly with the abstract concepts like colors or numbers. When you say red color, we cannot show red color concretely, but you can show the red color that is present in a substance or object. So children most often feel that object is red, is not. Similarly, number. When you show two fingers, it is two. But where is two? It is only fingers. So two is hidden. So that is why it is abstract in nature. They find it very, very difficult. So communication, most often more than 80% of the communication, that is sound symbols, are related to abstract reasoning. So that is very, very difficult. That is the reason why they struggle. They don't have that much intellectual ability to understand the sound symbols. But parents misunderstand that. They have some problem with their tongue or teeth, and then take them to the doctor and then says. The special teachers also should understand this and make the parents understand what is exactly speech. And speech, again, there are two major components. That one is receptive language, the other one is expressive language. So unless receptive language is taught to the children, they won't be able to express. First they have to understand what it is, and then only they will be able to reproduce. So parents always demands the speech therapist to teach expressive language first, which is impossible. So the speech therapist will be working on the receptive language, as I have explained before, starting with matching, then identifying, then the naming. So naming is the third stage. So matching and identifying are related to receptive language. Then naming is related to expressive language. That's how it goes. Then sometimes children with intellectual disabilities have speech with a lot of disorders, like substitution, addition, omission, and distortion. Otherwise, it is called SODA, SODA. So the speech therapist will assess the child and find out at what level, which position, for initial or middle or final position the child is having the disorder, and will try to correct. So like that, there are different steps and stages even in teaching communicative skills to children with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Then the next one is the pharmacological intervention. Very often parents and others feel that there are medicines to cure this intellectual disability, whereas it is not. So they are cheated by many people very often, and they lose lot of money on this area, realizing their parents' expectation are mainly to cure these children with medicine. There are people to cheat the parents also. So unfortunately, there is no medicine till today, till now, no medicine to improve the intelligence of a person available on earth. So it is important for the special educators as well as the psychologists and social workers to counsel the parents and make them understand what is exactly intelligence, and how we cannot increase the intelligence of a person through medication has to be explained. But there are certain conditions, like when the child is too aggressive, sometimes the child may need little bit of medication, but that may not be always the remedy. And sometimes you can see adult intellectually disabled person developing psychotic conditions. So such situation, some antipsychotics may be tried by the psychiatrist. Then you can see more than 40% of children with intellectual disabilities throwing seizures, that is epilepsy. So they need medication for epilepsy. There are quite a lot of medicines available either to control the seizures or to control the severity of seizures. So for epilepsy, there are medical treatments because it is one form of disease. Uh, then the next one is the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This again, the child's attention and hyperactivity is too severe, then there are certain medications available which the doctors will try to, but this cannot cure the ADHD, but it can control the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.